everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy. When last we left off, we were here in front of Garbert's cottage. We were out looking for lilies in the valley, trying to find the perfect lily. We had traveled all the way down that side of the Horwell here, until we had actually traveled on down into the next zone, which is a region, and we were making our way back up the western side of the shore. One of the things we had done is wandered up the hill there, found the giant footprints, had the brooch that we've got to get back to its owner, and then we came over here and we talked to Garbert, who talked about the stories that his family would tell him about Bert, Tom, and Bill. So we need to find someone who knows the fate of Bert, Tom, and Bill, and we need to find Bert, Tom, and Bill. And with the Hobbit movie coming out this December, and of course the extended version coming out next month, it's pretty appropriate that we go looking for Bert, Tom, and Bill right now. So we'll go do that as well. We're still going to be looking for the lilies in the valley. We're going to be looking for the scout. And we may get around to going in looking for the missing horse and rider. But for now, we are going to continue traveling up this shore until we get back to the fords of Bruinen. And I am going to load up my horse here. Let's see which one we're going to pick this time around. How about the fireworks pony? I always love my fireworks pony. Some good news. Nimrodale here unlocked the I wonder if the root crawlers will attack you. Nope, they seem, oh, he will though. Unlocked the Bounder's Trophy, Bounder statue a few weeks back, so one of my characters has managed to get the Bounder's horse. That would be Glenorin, my main, well, the one that I call my main. You know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to get off the horse, and I'm going to have to go into stealth mode because of all these blasted red and green river toads that, ironically, are yellow and orange. I love the irony of that. The yellow-green toads and the orange-red toads. Anyway, Glenorin has gotten the Bounder's horse, which is a beautiful, what is it, the steed of Michael Delving. A beautiful horse. I think it's one of the best ones they've made yet. It has all the wonderful Hobbit accessories hanging on the saddlebags behind it. Looks really, really nice. I will definitely load him up at the end of the video and show off the horse. I'm sure many of you may have gotten it already. It's definitely the most worthwhile purchase in all of the various items that they have. I would love to get, they have the Bert, Tom, and Bill statues, the 3 troll statues. May get those, it's going to kind of depend. The other piece of good news is that the Fall Festival, which I assume will have the Haunted Burrow in it as well, it always seems to, starts Tuesday, October 22nd. And it will be going over I'm assuming it's got the Haunted Burrow in it, is because it will be the week before Halloween and the week after Halloween. Ooh. Hello there. You are a cutie. I like that little pixie cut. Reminds me of a girl I knew in college. Anyway, it will be the week before Halloween and the week after Halloween, so the Haunted Burrow will be open as well. I am hoping that because of that, we will be able to absolutely load up on the Bounder's tokens, because I still need enough tokens for getting a horse for Gnarlo here. I need to get one for Narwin, who is my character that I play with Mindfiend, when he gets a chance to be on. And I'm also busy trying to get a horse for Dwendon, my brother, who at the moment has a little kid and is in full-time school and full-time work, so can't quite find the time to play. So I really need a holiday that's going to give us bunches and bunches of tokens right now. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, I am going to continue following this shore. I am also going to go over there and search in that area where we searched before. What was it? The Tangle Fins or something? Where all those fin crawlers and things. I can't remember what they're called. The bog guardian type creatures. Can't remember what the current version of them in this area is called. But I'm going to search that again because I swear the lilies were in that area. So we are going to continue up here, and we will see you either whenever we reach the fords up there, or whenever we actually find the lilies. And lo and behold, there it is. Right over there. Perfect lily. I knew it had to be in this area. Remember before I'd come up this way, but it was nice having traveled down the river and gone to the cabin and met those nice people who sent me on the Bert, Tom, and Bill quest. Alright, let's see if we can get this perfect lily here. We found a perfect lily. Excellent. Let's see if we can get back under cover before any of these. They're fin creeper binders, that's what they're called. And as you see, they're just dark blue. They're not really that dangerous, except for the fact whereas the birds and bats and stuff tend to be overconned, these binders tend to be a little underconned, because they can send out tangling roots that will root you in one spot and make it impossible for you to move while they keep banging away on you. So if you're not a race that has not a race or class that has a ranged weapon, you can get royally screwed over by it. Okay, now what we are going to do is I am going to continue right up here until I get back to the fords, and then we are going to travel back to Arod. Remember, he's up the road here ways and then on top of the hill. So we are going to mount up, travel back to Arod, bring him his perfect lily, the most emo of all the emo elves that you will find in this area, and hear more tales, I am sure, of his unrequited love. So we will rejoin you when we get back to Arod's camp. And we have been collecting the Lebathron branches on the way. Who can blame me? They're just laying around for the picking. And they are the ones that I need to currently master the level that I'm in. Although I think I need to collect a few more yew as well. Got one right on the other side of this camp. I think I need to collect a few more yew as well to master that level. I'm not sure, but here we go. Here is Elven Justin Bieber. Elven Emo Justin Bieber. So let us talk to him and tell him we've got his perfect lily now.
Greetings to you.
Such beauty. This lily will do nicely, Gnarlo. You have my thanks, of course, and they are the most heartfelt. I'm sure they are. I'm sure everything that you do is the most heartfelt. It will be just a moment. Gnarlin will cherish this necklace and recognize the depth of my affection for her.
Sweet-eyed Melan, will you stay a moment?
A gift for the elf maid. There, I have finished the necklace, Gnarlo. If you will bring this to Gnarland, I will be in your debt. You will find her at Thornhad, the camp of the Sons of Elrond, located northwest of here, north of the Bear Dens. Gnarland believes that the maiden for whom I have been sighing is Famir of Rivendell. She is lovely, and for a time I thought I loved her, but my time here in the wild has taught me that Gnarland is the one for whom my heart sings. Bring her this necklace with my fondest affection. I will stay here and continue my duties, though I will look forward to rejoining Gnarland in peace when the dark times against which we must guard have passed. Oh dear. I wonder if it's going to be a situation like the Taylor Swift song where Miss Narlin over here is thinking he's in love with the cheerleader back at camp while she's actually over there on the hill wearing her sneakers and whatever. And I'm going to stop there before y'all realize how much of that Taylor Swift song I know. So I am going to go over here and get these Levitron branches, and then we will head on over to Thorinhad's camp. So I will see you there. And we are making the turn into Thorinhad. And that's good because allow me to check my mail here too. I believe all it's going to be is a old letter about my rent being due. Yep, upkeep required. So we can delete both of those. I paid my rent a long time ago. I just was not able to get to a mailbox in the meantime. So good. We can get the mail icon off the screen. Now, let us come over here and talk to Narlin. Let us find out whether or not this is going to be one of those situations where she's pining after him, or whether the little emo boy has some kind of Asperger's situation and thinks that any woman that talks to him is secretly lusting after his elf wand.
What can I do for you?
What? This necklace is from Arod. You must be confused. He's interested only in Fairmere of Rivendell. He has told me this himself. You are well-meaning, Gnarlo, but I cannot take this. Return with this to Arod and tell him that you do not understand his charge. I will not hear any more of this. I do not wish to embarrass you or Arod any further. You have brought this beautiful necklace to the wrong elf maid. Ooh. I think someone is about to be friend-zoned so hard it is going to shake the foundations of Barad-dûr. Let us see how this goes. So it's back to Arod here. And you know, it's so sad. All those times that he spent going out and picking up her laundry and taking her car in for an oil change and braiding her hair and painting her toenails and doing all those things that he thought would get her attention. Sad, really. So sad. Alright. I'm gonna... Whoa! That's not where I wanted to go. I was checking to see if there was a shortcut to his camp up that way. I think that there might be one. Yeah, there's perhaps one back off this way. Although by the time we've reached here, we're almost back to the road anyhow. But it'll keep us from having to circle back around the long way once we get to the road. After the road, you actually had to pass them and do a whole bunch of annoying things. He's right up here, correct? Yep. We'll come back to Arod the back way. Oh, and look at all those Levitron branches that have respawned as well. Okay, Arod, you got some troubles,
Hail,
man.
friend, and well met.
What? Why do you still have the necklace, Gnarlo? Do not tell me that Narlin refused it. I see. I have become a victim of my own subtleties, my friend. So good was my performance that Narlin believes that Faymere truly is the elf maiden for whom I've been sighing. I have a solution, Gnarlo. I will maintain my watch here, ever vigilant, and meet Narlin personally when the duty here is done. I will then explain my true feelings to her. I should not have given you this task at all. This task is for Arod of Rivendell, and Arod of Rivendell alone. Well, alright, Arod. I'll give you points, man. Come on, let's do a fist bump. Good boy. You've grown a pair. You have grown a pair, so we'll give you that. You know, you realize you gotta be a man, you gotta stand up, you gotta quit playing these games. But I'm afraid you've been friend-zoned, man. You have been friend-zoned so hard. I guarantee you, you're gonna get the I think of you as a brother speech. I can see it coming. Alright, 5 and 3, 2 and 90, 3 and 24. We'll go with the 5 and 3. How about Famir's necklace? Is it an upgrade for us? It might be. Okay. Very good. And look at there. No more rings. We are through with Elvin Emo Justin Bieber. So, now it is off to Rivendell, where I thought we were going to be heading in the first place, because of sending him off to his charge to take the necklace and the elf maiden he was pining for back in the house of Elrond. So now that he's through messing around with my life and wasting my time, we're going to head to Rivendell and see if we can find someone who knows the fate of Bert, Tom, and Bill. And you know what? I think you might have a pretty good idea of who that person there might be. So I'll see you when we reach the last homely house. Okay, we are back in the Valley of Eladris, heading to the last homely house. I was just taking a look here. I'll tell you, after we cross the noisy bridge and waterfall, I was just taking a look here, seeing what the buffs I have on currently. You see the Bounder's Boon. That's the one you got whenever everybody turned in enough Bounder's tokens to open up the statue. You know, +1 hope, 5% relic forging success, 5% run speed, damage, melee, range bonus attacks, that kind of stuff. And this one right here, the heart, I didn't recognize it. It's Welcome Back Weekend. 100% experience gain for everybody playing, I guess, to get the players back with the fact that everything is coming up toward the release of Helm's Deep. But you know, if you're going to have a Welcome Back Weekend, why didn't you go ahead and have the Fall Festival start today? You know, have it go on all weekend instead of the 22nd. That just doesn't make any sense. Why start it on a Tuesday? There are some questions, my God, how much I love this game and everything, but there are some of those weird little points like that Turbine does sometimes that just don't make sense. Speaking of Bert, Tom, and Bill, that was a rather interesting cutscene, loading screen page there to have. Alright. So yeah, as much as I complain about how fast you gain experience, that's just the kind of thing to get me on a rant. We're not going to go there. We're going to go in here into the Hall of Fire and see if we can find a very dear old hobbit. I'll bet this fine, handsome gentleman here might have some information for us. Bert, Tom, and Bill.
How do you do?
Bert, Tom, and Bill, you say? My goodness, yes, I know of them. And more than that, they invited me to dinner once. Well, I say invited, but that's not quite true. You might say I invited myself, but hoping to pick a troll's purse is not as easy as you'd expect. And if caught in the act, you might very well be cooked. I was there with the dwarves, you see, and when I didn't come back from my little bit of burglary, the dwarves came to see what had happened. Soon enough, the trolls had bagged them all, and a debate had begun concerning how best to cook us and eat us. Well, Gandalf turned up, as he does when most needed, and sure enough, the trolls had spent so long bickering that they were quite turned to stone at sunup. So that's what's happened. I've written it all down in my book, but to have lived it is a much different experience than to read about it. If you want to visit old Bert, Tom, and Bill, you'll find them in the wilderness of the Trollshaws off the road. Alright, so we find someone who knows the fate and was there when that fate... Hello? I'll be back to talk to you later. And someone who knows the fate of Bert, Tom, and Bill and was there when it happened. So we are going to head back out to the Trollshaws, back up the road, and see whether or not we can find Bert, Tom, and Bill. In fact, we are going to use our milestone since that is where we are actually bound at. So we will see you whenever we get back to the road. Alright, hello everyone. We have made it back. We went back to Thornhad. As you see, things we had to do, so we are back here at night. Unfortunately. It's not going to be that big a problem. It is a situation where the trolls are out, so we do have to be a little bit careful with them. Go ahead and take out this wolf here, who is annoying the heck out of us. Ah, yes, I forgot. I've still got my lantern in my hand, because it is nighttime, of course. Let's load on up, see if we can avoid the trolls patrolling the road. Ah, Bear, what are you doing out here? Don't you know the trolls are out? You can get hurt. We'll get around this one. We want to head back to the fords of Bruinen, or as close to them as close to them, not all the way back to them. I'm trying to remember exactly where. I've got a rough idea of where I can find Bert, Tom, and Bill. I have found them before. I found them on my dwarf, Glenorin. But it's a situation where I'm not entirely sure where they are. I've got a rough idea, and I think by basically backpedaling from what we know about the book, it shouldn't be that hard to find them. Because the Fellowship, well, they weren't the Fellowship then, but the four hobbits and Strider, they left Bert, Tom, and Bill, they left the troll cave, and they made their way down a path back to the East Road here. And here we have the East Road. Right down there is the bonfire right above the cursor, and around that curve is the fords. So I'm thinking this is the path that we need to follow. Straight up through here, and it will hopefully lead to the troll cave and back to Bert, Tom, and Bill. So we are going to give this a try and see if it is the one that I am thinking about. We might have to go a little bit deeper in. Yep, that looks like a... don't think we have to go that way. We're going to try this one. Yay! And I fired off a firework. We're going to try, let's see, get past this hurler here. We're definitely in troll country, that is for sure. Keep thinking this way is just going to take us back to the road, and we need to get a little further in country. Alright, we're getting kind of close to some of the nastier areas here. Some of the older fortresses and everything. Is that Thornhad? There's Thornhad. So we've gone too far up this way. I'm pretty sure it should be further in and possibly to the right. Okay, I'm gonna wander around here a little while. Hopefully find what I'm looking for. The north part of the troll shaws here is just an absolute... okay, y'all, what the hey? Let's take out the hawk first. That'll be the easiest one. You're squishy. You're gonna go down. Let's take you down now. Yeah, see, you didn't think I could just heal myself up, did you? Ha 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 ha. Alright. I'm gonna keep looking. I'm wanting to say it is up in that area, but I'm not entirely sure. It might be back over in here, but I think it's one of these two little areas on the map, either in here or in there. I could be terribly wrong. It could be over in here, but we will find out. I'm going to keep looking. Check these two little pockets here, and when I find it... Alright folks, I will be the first to admit I was my platinum mine thing. I was indeed in the wrong spot. So it was not over on the eastern side of Thornhat. It wasn't up in any of these areas. So I believe it will be found right in this area. So there should be a path off to the right that we will find here that will lead us in through all these areas. And as you see, many of the birds get replaced with bats, the dark claws. Alright, so up in here, let's see if we can worm our way back further away from the road. I do know I'm correct in that wherever it is, the path that we need to find does lead away from the east road. We may end up fighting some of these scavengers along here. Hopefully none of the bucks. Hopefully the bucks will just ignore us if we keep moving past. I think we're going to get a train of wolves here as well. Good grief. And possibly bats and everything else. There we go. That's what I was looking for right there. The Stone Troll's Glade. Now I'm going to pass on through it. You have found the stone remains of 3 mighty stone trolls. There. I was hoping we would lose some of that train we had. So let's come back up. Oh, nice music. I don't remember this particular piece playing. Wow. That must be the stone that Gandalf stood on top of. If you notice, the one that's sitting there looking up in that direction must have been where Gandalf reappeared at. And the other trolls over here writhing in the light as they turn to stone. Excellent. So we have found the Stone Troll's Glade. And I'll show you on the map exactly where it is. You see the light beaming down from the moon there. Right there. In that little patch of woods. Okay. Nearby there is also their cave. I can't remember exactly where it is, but their cave is somewhere close by here. It does actually have a rock rolled in the way. It's quite possibly further up this way, perhaps. Because it said they followed a trail from the camp, a rough trail from the camp, and found a cave that had a big stone boulder. I bet this is it right here. Yep, a cave with a big stone boulder that was closing it. So I bet this was their camp. Here's the pots that they cooked their people in. Cooked their victims in. Very nice. Alright, there we go. We have achieved what we were looking for. I'm going to head back down here, camp out inside the Stone Troll's Glade. I believe it should be pretty darn safe these days. Alright folks, and as promised, here is my dwarf Glenorin. He is riding the steed. We are here in Michael Delving. What you see over there is the town hall. Right here is the statue of the founders. As you see, the bounders are all over it working on it and upgrading it. There's the horse. Here are the 2 vendors. That is the lady that we had to open up by getting the 1.7 million Bounders tokens handed in, and there's the steed. She's the one that has the steed, plus she has all the other items on it, cheaper than the other guy does, the token reward guy. She sells them for a cheaper price, and has things such as she's the only one that has the steed, and she's got the troll statues and all as well. But here is what the horse looks like. It is, as I said, one of the nicer models they've ever come out with. I like the little barding and everything that it wears, but the big part of it is looking at all it's a very hobbity horse and a hobbity pony. You see the bag on the back, which I'm sure is stuffed with food. It looks like probably potatoes, judging by the lumps on the side of it. You've got a keg, which I'm sure is full of ale and beer. There's a bedroll, a cooking pot, possibly with flour, a long, nice pipe, lots of vegetables, a skillet hanging down on the side. Over on this side, you've got a cook pot, you've got an hourglass to time your cooking by, and you've got a lantern. And I believe at nighttime, I don't see it right now, but at nighttime when you're riding and the lantern lights up, it has moths flying around it as well. Just an excellent, excellent pony. The other part of it is a plus 68% speed steed, just like the ones you would buy if you buy the, Glennoran here's got the steed of the Guardian, and you can buy the steed of the Burglar and the steed of Rohan, all the other steeds, a steed of the Iron Hills, all the other steeds that they sell in the LOTRO store all had the plus 68% speed as well. Your standard steeds that you get as quest rewards, or the ones that you buy at Hingstacer Farm, all have plus 62%. So trading in the tokens, you get a steed which has the exact same speed as the ones that you actually buy in the store as well. So that's what the mount looks like. And as I said, I would promise I'd show it to you. Only got to get enough tokens to get 3 more of these now. So grind, grind, grind it's going to be. And enjoy the music. Alright, there we are. Thank y'all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.